What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Render Token. Now, Render Token is a really unique proposition. It's actually very, very different from a lot of cryptos out there. So I want to break this down because there is an economy around this that could work very, very nicely. And I do think it's probably unexposed in terms of some of the gains that it could have. So I want to break this down because it's really unique compared to what's out there at the moment. Also, the FBI have announced that they can tie a number of crypto hacks to a couple of North Korean hacking groups. So we'll talk about this news and if it's going to have an impact on the markets. But before I get into it, guys, if you're new to this channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They're the first ones I owned when I made the channel. Had you put in just $100 into each of those coins when I released videos about them, and then you sat on them and never sold them and did everything wrong as an investor, and you were still holding all those cryptos, even doing everything wrong, if you sold them all right now, you'd be in profit for 12k, which is not bad. But if you just sold these coins in 2021 when the markets were red hot, like I did, $100, just 100 into each, could have netted you a profit of 123 grand. Obviously, a very, very big difference between doing the right and the wrong thing. Now, as I said, I sold all these off in 2021. If you want to see the coins that I own right now, if you want to see my current portfolio, you can do. You just have to go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share every coin I own, every single one in my portfolio. And anytime I buy or sell a coin, the members are made aware immediately in real time. We release videos on a daily basis talking about the markets, and I will say we have had pinpoint accuracy, like 0.1% off of like predicting the price Bitcoin would hit each day. And that's been consistent for the last few months. It's been bang on. On top of that, we have tutorials set up for the members. These are step-by-step beginner tutorials for those people that are brand new to crypto. And then on top of that, guys, we have a history of success on this channel, on our site. You know, Phantom probably leads the way in that. Phantom was a course I created in 2021 where I said, this is the best cryptocurrency investment of 2020. Said it would 100x. Did 677. You will not find a YouTuber, a crypto YouTuber in 2020 that was talking about Phantom, let alone talking about it doing 100x. I literally have made one course ever in my life, and it was about Phantom. When I find the next coin that can do those kind of gains, I'm going to go onto my site. I'm not going to create a course. I'm going to go onto my site. I'm going to tell the members about the coin, the gains I think it can have, the percentage of my money I'm putting in, and they can copy along. If that sounds good to you, getting the next big gainer without much work, go read the site, and remember, everything you read you can verify yourself on the YouTube channel's history. Right, Render Token. Render Token currently got a market cap of 208 million, ranked 145th in the marketplace, 47% of the circulating supply out. Now, Render is a distributed GPU rendering network that's built on top of the Ethereum blockchain. The aim is to connect artists and studios that are in need of GPU power with mining partners willing to rent their GPU capabilities out. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what rendering is, I'll show you as an example. So freelance rendering jobs involve creating 3D images, buildings, products, and other items using a computer program. That is what rendering is. Well, that's what freelance rendering is. So, this was conceived in 2009. They launched in 2017. Their first public token sale was in October of 2017, followed by a private sale from January 2018 to May 2018. And the coins were sold at a price of basically 25 cents per render. During the private sale period, early adopters were onboarded for the beta testnet, where beta node operators and artists worked collaboratively in building and testing the network. And it had its public launch in 2020. Now, when you see the price movements, you can see, obviously, I had a very, very nice run up in 2021, back end of 2021. Now, Render is backed by a parent company OTOY, based out of Los Angeles. The board is strong. So the Render Advisory Board has Ari Emanuel, who's the co-founder and co-CEO of WME. There's JJ Abrams, who's chairman and CEO of Bad Robot Productions. And Brendan Ike, who is the founder and CEO of Brave Software and BAT. Strong list of advisors. And they've all advised Render in various capacities in bridging the gap between creating a system that appeals to both crypto and Hollywood studio production pipelines. So they are looking at effectively creating a system in which idle GPUs work to help provide the power necessary for rendering. The team, the advisors, very damn strong, very, very strong, and I expect this to actually end up being damn successful. Hell, even Beeple's one of the advisors, and JJ Abrams, very well known as well. But you've got Zeppelin Solutions in there as well as Saya .tech founder. So this is a strong, really strong list of people, not least of which you've got a member of the WEF. Now, again, I'm not a huge fan of the WEF, but they have connections. And this is basically, they're pushing for a GPU network that can be utilized to have integrations within Hollywood. Now, in terms of the money in Hollywood, obviously that is staggeringly large. But if they've got a system in place that can allow freelance rendering to be utilized with great ease, this has immense potential. They've got an artist portal up and running. Obviously, I'm not an artist, so I don't have an artist portal. You can tell that by the thumbnails. I'm really intrigued by this. They're trying to reinvent how digital creation works. They're trying to revolutionize the way in which people can do their job without huge strains on their own computer power or their own computer network. They've effectively got a consensus mechanism that's proof of render. If you're a node operator, you're providing your GPU power for these renderers to get cracking. This as a concept is really unique. And in terms of the spaces that this can fulfill, you're looking at Hollywood, you're looking at virtual reality, you're looking at augmented reality, you're looking at the metaverse and gaming. Most of the digital age requires rendering. Most of the gaming space, most of the metaverse space, all of the metaverse space, all of the game space, all of these things require to some degree an element of rendering. And you can now redefine how that's going to work. I'm fascinated by this. I think this is, got a real shot of doing something quite special. Now, we will note about, should make a note of the token distribution model. So alright, so let's just have a quick little look. Where's the table of contents? So it's your rendering, proven track record, dive into render token, page 5. Nope, I go too far. I went too far, guys. So render, so it's just telling the system flow. That's very annoying. One render token will be initially mapped to 256 seconds of work. Okay, I'm going to go find this. Okay, so what they've stated is that there will be 536 million render tokens. This number was derived from their analysis on the supply/demand for rendering over the next 10 to 12 years. So basically their assumption is 12 years from their inception, from being live, which they went live in 2020, the entire supply should be out. So we're looking at a steady flow of token distribution. We're looking at 2032. We're talking about 9 years from now where the total supply will be out. So fundamentally that's what, 280 million divided by 9. So you're looking at sort of 30 million a year produced or thereabouts. Like 31.1 recurring million roughly a year. So that's not actually too bad. That doesn't mean that supply isn't going to go skyrocketing up. So there's less chance of a significant sort of dumpage on the market for the sort of early investors. Fundamentally, Render is an intriguing and unique premise. It's one that I do believe they're going to be able to grow this quite nicely. And then, fundamentally Render as well is available in a lot of different places. It's also in Alameda's portfolio. It's also in Multicoin. And in terms of markets, I believe it's on Coinbase. So it's on Coinbase and it's on Binance. It's already on the biggest ones. So it's not necessarily going to have a little bump for landing on one of the big boys. But in terms of what this can do, the key thing for me would be, who do they develop partnerships with? And that's what I'm watching with Render really, is do they have any big name partnerships, like either huge Hollywood production agencies or enormous gaming companies? That would be enough to kick this into gear. I think $6 is quite achievable. It's already at 82 cents, so that's about sort of 8x from where it is. Which would only put it at a market cap of about 1.2 million. 1.6 million, which is not in 1.6 billion. Jesus Christ, my words. Which is not staggeringly high. I think this is quite an achievable target. To be honest, I think realistically, depending on the partnerships that they develop, this could do a 10 to 15x, but I'd conservatively say that it can do an 8x without highlighting huge partnerships. But what do you guys think? And bear in mind, digital rendering is literally rendering is part of the entire digital space. So with that in mind, if they can redefine how the power is supplied to those that are doing rendering, does that change the entire industry? Interesting question. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Do you think Render Token is going to redefine an industry? Interesting. And if you are a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. You do not want to miss these videos. And guys, it's a nice thing to do. Be a nice person. Be a nice person. And I'll see you on the subscribers list. And before I get into the North Korea news, if you want to see the coins I own, go to copymycrypto.com. It's where I share my entire portfolio. Videos are released on a daily basis talking about the markets, which we've had with pinpoint accuracy. On top of that, all the members are informed in real time anytime I make a decision about my portfolio, if I'm buying or selling. We have tutorials that are set up for the members. We've got thousands of members. A lot of them are beginners, and these tutorials help them on the way through in crypto. On top of that, guys, look, we have a history of success. No one. There isn't a crypto YouTuber in 2020 that said Phantom was going to be a big gainer. There is not one. Let alone anyone that said 100x. Only me. And I'm going to find another one. And when I do, I'll do exactly what I do with all my other coins. Tell the members about the coin, tell them the gains I think it can have, tell them the percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if they want to copy, they can copy. And if that interests you and you want to take a lot of the work out of your investing for yourself, go read the site now. And remember, you can verify everything you read on the channel's history. And last thing, North Korea. So Lazarus Group, we already knew, was heavily involved in previous heists. I believe it was the Ronin heist. And APT-38 or APT-38, who were responsible for the attack on the so-called Horizon Bridge last year. So hackers stole 100 million worth of crypto in the attack on the Horizon Bridge, which traders used to swap digital tokens between blockchains. The FBI also said that the North Korean cyber actors this month used the railgun system to launder over 60 million worth of the token Ethereum, which was stolen in the 2022 heist. So they have confirmed, or they've said they were able to confirm, that these two groups were involved in the attack on Horizon. And yeah, they stated that the railgun system was used. At the time of the hack, Elliptic said that there were strong indications that Lazarus was behind the attack. Almost immediately, the hackers were attempting to move the funds through means to obfuscate their identity. Hence, and that actually resulted in the what was it called? Tornado Cash being banned in the US as well. The US Treasury Department blamed Lazarus for the Ronin, 600 million Ronin heist. And the FBI said it continues to identify and disrupt North Korea's theft and laundering of virtual currency, which is used to support North Korea's ballistic missiles and weapons of mass destruction programs. What I don't like whenever I hear this is that, particularly with regards to sort of the crypto space, is that the moment that someone's done anything negative, it's presented in a method of huge fear or huge we're protecting everyone. That's how the SEC have been able to damage the industry for the last couple of years. We're protecting the retail investors, you and me. Though, you know, how they justify that with their actions is staggering, and it's how, you know, governments have been able to spy on their people by saying it's for the greater good. But unless you define what the greater good is, I don't believe in your greater good. It's sort of the problem for me. But look, one thing that is always going to be true of crypto is this, particularly with regards to DeFi and bridges. There's always going to be hacking attempts. There's always going to be hackers. Just protecting your crypto as best you can is always the way forward. Never leaving it on exchanges, never leaving it in some mechanism that clearly the US government don't like and the SEC keep hammering. Just, you know, think of, not financial advice obviously, but think of your crypto as it is. It's your long-term investment. And if you don't keep it safe, no one else will. You know, food for thought and all that. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.